Good afternoon, this is Carl Julius Leak, and I'm bringing you another um, painting in this series of children who later became serial killers. This is from my show Prelude, which was exhibited last year at the Browns Museum of Fine Art of July 2020. Today I'm going to bring you Dennis Andrew Nilsen, aka the Muswell Hill murderer. When I'm done reading these pinpoint bios, I will show you the details of the painting. I'll zoom in on him. He was born November 23rd, 1945 in Frasenburg, Scotland. He died May 12th, 2018 in Full Sutton, United Kingdom at the age of 72. There's a quote of him. He was talking about one of his victims he would later strangle. He drugged him, he fell asleep in the chair, took a picture of him, and then he strangled him to death. And he wrote as follows: "I saw him at peace in my armchair. I remember wishing he could stay in peace like that forever. I had a feeling of easing his burden with my strength." Pretty awful. Scottish serial killer and necrophile who murdered at least 12 young men between 1978 and 1983. Nilsen said when he was 6 years old, his grandfather's unexpected death and viewing his corpse at the funeral traumatized him beyond measure. This experience later led to his destructive behavioral psychopathology. On the onset of puberty, Nilsen discovered he was gay, which initially confused and shamed him. He kept his sexuality hidden from his family and few friends. All of Nilsen's murder victims would be killed by strangulation and sometimes accompanied by drowning. Following each murder, Nilsen would observe a ritual in which he bathed and dressed the victim's body, which he retained for extended periods of time before dissecting and disposing of the remains by burning on a bonfire or flushing them down a lavatory. He became known as the British Jeffrey Dahmer because he practiced necrophilia, and his victims after he strangled or drowned, then in a bathtub. Like Dahmer, he later dismembered and dissected them, hiding different body parts under floorboards of his flat and sprinkling the crushed bones of his victims around his garden. He also would try to flush small pieces of flesh down the toilet, which ultimately led to being discovered by the police because the whole neighborhood was complaining about clogged drains, and Nilsen accompanied the police. He invited them in his home, and they discovered body parts, pieces of flesh in the drain, and so they took him and incarcerated him. Nilsen died in his jail cell at HMP Sutton from a painful abdominal aortic aneurysm on May 12, 2018. He was 34 years into his life sentence. Let me give you a close-up more. It's a rather long painting, so I had to put it way far away so you all could see it. And I'm zooming in on Dennis Nilsen. Here he is. This is from a second grade photograph with his classmates, and I did the outdoor painting in this painting as a morgue. I remember the opening of the Nosferatu, the movie in 1980, as Klaus Kinski playing Nosferatu, Dracula, and it opens with this ominous music, and it shows these mummies from Mexico, and they're standing side by side in various poses, and so I kind of remember that when I was doing this painting, so I did it in the style of a morgue, and so that's Dennis Nilsen right there. Not a very happy painting, of course, probably a chilly English morning, wet and damp, and so that's Dennis Andrew Nilsen, aka the Muswell Hill murderer. This is the playbill from the show Prelude. In the front was Jeffrey Dahmer, a young Jeffrey Dahmer, and this ran in July till late August. And it was during when the COVID was starting to rage, so we didn't have many people come in to see it in person. But we did make a very nice video of the exhibit where you can see all the portraits in the gallery. The gallery was set up as a playground, so there's a lot of props in there, a lot to see. And if you go to Google and type in the thread Artropolis videos. Artropolis videos, and you'll see the exhibit. It's about 25 to 30 minutes. I think you'll really enjoy it. It was very well done. We had a great time doing it. And also I encourage you to go to YouTube, my YouTube channel, and type in Carl Julius Leeks, that's L-I-E-C-K'(S), art and music, where I have written, I have written and performed 20 children's arrangements, popular children's tune that we grew up on, trying to drum up a lot of support in getting them published. So I appreciate your interest in this subject. I'll be bringing you another portrait from the show Prelude, and I want you all to have a great day. And once again, I give you Dennis Andrew Nilsen. All right. Peace.